Voting for Trump is unconscionable to me. It is clearly against the national interest to give him any more power.
Ladies and gentlemen, even Jim Bob from West Virginia is abandoning Trump and supporting Joe Biden. Now, some of our international viewers might not understand, like, sort of what's funny about this. I want to be really clear. We're going to hear from a voter named Jim Bob in West Virginia, and he very thoughtfully explains why he will not be supporting Donald Trump in November. The joke is Jim Bob from West Virginia is sort of the archetypal MAGA right winger. Jim Bob, or these hyphenated double first names, are sometimes joked about as being a signal of kind of low information, rural right wing culture. Obviously, we welcome anyone who realizes supporting Trump's not a good idea. But the joke is, if even Jim Bob from West Virginia has figured out Trump's no good, that's a very good sign. Let's listen to Jim Bob explain why he is no longer supporting Donald Trump.
Voting for Trump is unconscionable to me. It is clearly against the national interest to give him any more power for any period of time. I'm Jim Bob. I live in St. Albans, West Virginia, and I voted for Donald Trump in 2016 and 2020. I jumped off the Trump train on January 6, 2021. When I saw the events unfold in the Capitol, I was disgusted, and I felt that it was either incompetence for failure to send in the National Guard or to prepare for possible political violence, or that he was complicit in it. And events since then indicate that he was complicit in it. I'm concerned about a second Donald Trump term for a number of reasons. He's already indicated that he's going to seek retribution against his enemies. I do believe he will end support for the Ukraine, which is horrendous. The other issues that I find concerning about Donald Trump are his desire to get out of NATO. This would be a catastrophe of the greatest order, would remove a linchpin of American security since World War II. I also believe that he would not be effective in standing up to Putin or Xi or any dictator in the world. He has gone out of his way to praise them. I must say one thing, I find Donald Trump to be very persuasive because he has persuaded me this year to vote Democrat for the first time in over 50 years. In November 2024, I'll be voting for Joe Biden. Voting for Trump is unconscionable to me. I believe he is incompetent. I believe he is corrupt, and I believe he is insincere. It is clearly against the national interest to give him any more power for any period of time.
Now listen, these stories from the group Republican voters against Trump, these are not typical Trump voters. We have to acknowledge that. Jim Bob's explanation here involves self-realization, examination of one's own beliefs, the confidence and humility to acknowledge when you were bamboozled and when you came to the wrong conclusion. These stories are very powerful anecdotes, but there is a large contingent of Trump supporters that are not capable or willing of this sort of examination of their beliefs. But it is fascinating to see, again, I'm sort of joking a little bit here, that even Jim Bob from West Virginia is able to realize that with regard to January 6th, with regard to foreign policy, with regard to Trump's being enamored with authoritarian dictators around the world, with all of these different elements, even as a Republican who probably, Jim Bob and I would probably disagree about taxes. We would probably disagree about foreign policy. We would probably disagree about education policy. We would probably disagree about abortion policy. We would have a lot of disagreements. But Jim Bob is able to say, okay, I'm a Republican. This time, the person that my fellow Republicans have selected is so outside of what this country needs that I need to put country over party. Jim Bob is able to do it. He's doing it in West Virginia, a state that Trump is going to win easily because that's the way West Virginia works. But hopefully there are enough of these folks around that it'll make a difference in November. It is time to start thinking like voters and to make sure that kids understand the importance of voting, how it works, registering, ballot initiatives, because so many kids just have no idea. That's why I wrote the new children's book, Think Like a Voter. I can think of no better time and no more important group of folks to try to reach. The book is now available at davidpakman.com/book, where, by the way, you can get the first two books in the series as well. Think Like a Detective and Think Like a Scientist. Really important stuff. Donate them to local libraries, classrooms, read them with the kids. davidpakman.com/book.